Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back and I'm somewhere between right and wrong. Okay, this shirt is so old, so it's not like I can tell you guys where to get it, but anyway, I still wanted to show you my shirt. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing well. So today we have a fun little video for you showcasing the e.l.f. Cosmetics and Chipotle collaboration eyeshadow palette. So this is, I believe, their second time collaborating, and this palette sold out. The entire collection actually sold out, and I am so mad because they released a lip gloss that I didn't care for, but they have a sponge duo that was shaped like a little avocado. So the green part of the sponge is like a big flat sponge, and I'm like, I should have gotten that. And then they have like a little dark brown center to represent the seed, and I'm like, oh my god, I should have gotten that duo, but I was just whatever. Okay, the point is I did end up getting the palette, and I know it's completely sold out and I know they're not restocking, but I'm hoping that a few of you guys were able to get your hands on this so I can show you a couple of looks that I created from this palette, because I am so impressed with this palette. Spoiler alert, I am loving this look. This is the second look that we did, but the first look is this beautiful green look that I am so in love with. Like, the performance of these shadows, oh my god. We'll talk about it later on. So before we jump into the two looks that I created using this palette, let's just show you some up close shots of the palette and give you some details. So there are 12 eyeshadows in this palette for a net weight of 0.88 ounce or 25 grams, but there are different sized eyeshadow pans in here. So we have 6 shades that are a larger pan, and then another 6 shades that are in smaller pans. And this is actually meant to replicate the layout of the ingredients at Chipotle when you're making your order, which I thought was really cute. And then all the shade names match up with different things that you can order from Chipotle, like pinto beans, black beans, white rice, brown rice, hot salsa, green salsa, lettuce, and all that. Now the names of the shadows aren't actually printed on the eyeshadow palette, which I found a little bit irritating, but that's fine. I went ahead and cut the sleeve that comes with the palette. So it just comes in a plastic sleeve that gives the ingredient information, the shelf life, and some details of the palette, and then also the shade name. So I just cut that sleeve and glued it into the top part of the palette where we have a mirror. The mirror is nice, but I don't need it, so I figured I'd just have the names quickly available for me. And then I also glued on the information on the back of the palette. That's just something that I did. So in this we have mica synthetic fluoroflogopite, which is the synthetic mica that gives that sparkle. There is no PET in here, so that means no plastic glitter. The indicated usage life is 6 months, which is really short for a palette. That is interesting. I wonder why that is. And this is also cruelty-free and vegan, made in China but designed in the USA. So it's exported from China, so that's why it can maintain that cruelty-free status. Now let's go ahead and show you guys the swatches. Again, there are 12 shades available. So there are 3 mattes, and those are in the larger pans. Then we have a few shimmer shades, but we have 2 that are the rice shades. So brown rice and white rice are more of a shimmery satin. They're not chunky at all. And then we have 2 larger shimmer shades on the bottom, Sofritas and Fajitas. Fajita is a beautiful lavender based bronze shade, and then Sofritas is a true bronze, but Sofritas is a little bit of a looser shimmer shade. Then we have Guac, which is the shimmery green. That one is a smooth shimmer. Absolutely love that. And also Green Salsa. So those 2 shades are beautiful smooth shimmers. And then Corn Salsa and Mild Salsa are kind of more on the chunky side as well. And they have microfine, well, not microfine, it's more chunky silver glitter in them that gives them that textured look. Those I would recommend using with a damp brush or over a sticky primer, the same as I would with Sofritas. But the other shimmer shades, so the rice shades, the guac shade, green salsa, and fajita are really beautiful. You're just gonna get more shimmer fallout with corn salsa, mild salsa, and Sofritas. So with that being said, you've seen the swatches. Let's go ahead and get into the 2 looks that I created with this palette. The first look is gonna be a green look, because how can you not do a green look with the guac shades, right? And then the second look is gonna be this one. So let's go ahead and jump into the first look. Alright guys, so our very first look, of course, is going to be a green look. So my eyes are already prepped, brows filled in. And let's start out with the shade Sofritas, which is the bronzy shade. I'm thinking I might need to go in with this shade Damp because it is a little bit loose. So I'll try to apply it dry first to see if it will pick up without dusting away before I try to do it damp. So it does apply pretty nicely with the brush as long as you pack it on, but I feel like it's still a little bit too flaky. So I am gonna dampen my brush just a bit and then go back in with that shade. And it definitely helps to smooth it out quite a bit. So yeah, this shade is flaky. It kind of dusts away a little bit, and then when you apply it damp, it's gonna have a more crepey look to it. So I'm just gonna apply it damp on the other lid to see if it will apply better if you just apply it straight damp rather than trying to layer it up. And I think, yeah, this side is smoother than the other side that I had to build up. This one is a little bit more on the thick side. And I don't want that, so I'm gonna actually remove this eye. Alright, so let's try that again. I'm just gonna go in with the Sofrita shade already damp and just a single light layer of that. I don't love this shade because it doesn't apply with a lot of opacity in one go. But when I was swatching these shades, this is the only shade that really was loose, and that's why I knew I had to apply it damp. So there we go. Now let's go in with the green salsa shade. This one has a different texture than the Sofritas, and it's a duochrome with a bronzy green hue. So I'm just gonna apply that on the middle of the lid, kind of over the Sofritas as well. Now let's go in with guac because you know that costs extra. And again, this shade is smooth and it's just a typical shimmer shade. It's not a flaky loose one, so that is beautiful. It's a very light lime green though, so it's not gonna be too opaque. And these three shimmer shades are perfect to work together because they just look very similar on the lid. So they kind of apply, give you a little bit of green, but not too much. Alright, I'm gonna go in with a clean blending brush just to go around the edge of those shades because I'm creating kind of a harsh line that I don't like, so I need to get rid of that. Definitely. And then I'll go in with pinto beans. This is the more warm tone matte brown, and I'll pick that up on the same blending brush. I'm just picking up a little though. Oh, I picked up too much, so I'm gonna go on the other side and blend this in the crease. So this will be our crease color. Ooh, that may have gone way too high. That's fine, that's fine. I'm just doing windshield wiper motions to bring that across. I mean, doesn't look bad, right? And now I'll go in with the matte green, which is lettuce. And I'm going to use the same brush to pack that on the outer V and outer crease area. This is a pretty nice, it's almost like a guacamole green. This to me would have been the guac shade, but I can understand why they wanted this one to be matte. I mean, it's not really, well, is it like a lettuce green shade? Is it? Is it? It comes off to me as a guacamole green. It's really pretty. I really like this green shade. And I'm just gonna blend that in the crease area. I wanted to actually do this look for St. Patrick's Day, but I'm not sure how I feel about St. Patrick's Day. So you guys let me know. If you're Irish, let me know what that day means and if it's offensive to do green looks. Like, I don't know. I had done a St. Patrick's Day look like years ago and I was told that it was offensive, so I don't want to offend anyone, so please let me know. But this is, ooh, it's pretty, right? The next step is kind of optional, but since I have the palette and like I have all the shades, why not just go for it? So I'm gonna grab the brown rice shade and grab that on a small blending brush. This is from ColourPop actually. It's their small tapered brush. Wow, this color is nice. So I'm just popping that on the inner tear duct. The white rice shade is like a shimmery bright white. It looks almost silvery, so I know that would be too harsh for me. But the brown rice shade has that more golden hue, I think. That's nice. All right, I need a brow bone shade because these are just not gonna do. So I'm gonna use Blur, my usual from Melt Cosmetics, and pop that on the brow. And I'll blend down the darker brown with this shade. So you see how it kind of blurs and tames the edges of the brown that we got like way too much over here. So I'm just gonna pull it up over here and blend out some of the edge of the harsher shimmer shades. All right, let me go ahead and apply mascara and some lashes, and we'll be back to finish up the lower lash line. Alright, so here we are. Lashes are applied. These are from Kiss. It's their Royal Silk lashes. And those are from the Luxe Extensions line, which I absolutely love these lashes. Alright, let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this orange, which is Hot Salsa. This shade is almost like a matte, but it has a little bit of like golden micro glitter in it. But it still applies as a matte. Let's also do some of the mild salsa shade. I'm going to dampen my brush because that looks a little flaky. And I'm gonna pop that on the inner lower lash line. Ooh, that is so pretty. This one has microfine silver glitter in it. So it's very beautiful, but I'm just afraid it will get in my eyes. That's why I used it damp. So there you go. Let's go ahead and put black liner and mascara on. So here you have it, guys. Here are the eyes completely done. Oh my god, I am so in love with this look. It's a very wearable green look for me anyway. I think this is very wearable. I think this is beautiful. The only shade that I had a little bit of trouble with is Sofritas, which is the bronzy shade. It was a little flaky, but everything else, look at this. Like, this is so stunning. The matte green is amazing. It applied so well. It didn't get patchy. I love everything about this look. So fantastic. So here you have it again, but we'll show you from a distance so you can get a better idea. Right? I think this is such a fun look. It's green without being too green and too loud and in your face. And I think, yeah, it's absolutely great. So let's go ahead and show you a couple of cinematic shots and then we'll jump into the second look. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into the second look. Brows already filled in and eyes are primed. We're gonna start out with this deeper matte caramel brown. That is the shade Pinto Beans. And ooh, okay, now come on. So I'm just buffing this in my crease area. This is a new brush that I'm trying from BH Cosmetics. It's their V5 brush. It's a vegan brush. It's synthetic and I love blending brushes, and this one just seemed like the perfect size. So I was like, all right, let me get it, because I have my Sonia G Detail Pro, but that is a bigger blending brush. This one is a smaller one, and I'm still just trying to replace my favorite one from Eddie Funkhauser. Alright, so there you have it. That's blended out in the crease. That actually applied really, really well. Now I think I'm gonna go in with this bronze shade, which is Sofritas. I'm picking that up on a Sonia G soft shader brush. This one is a little bit looser, so I have to be careful. I'm just pressing that on the inner lid area. We're gonna leave that as is. This shade is not my favorite because it is very loose, so it's almost like you have to use it damp to get the color payoff because it doesn't stick on its own. Let's go ahead and grab the shade Fajita, which is like a duochrome. This one picks up a little bit better on the brush, and let's see how it applies. Okay, that applies a lot better. It's not as flaky and loose as the Sofrita shade. Yeah, that is a much smoother shadow. So I'm just gonna kind of just put it all over the lid now. It looks like a bronze shade with a bit of a purpley lavender sheen to it. So it's like a golden bronze with purple lavender. It's pretty. I'm actually going to dampen my brush just a little bit. And I'm gonna grab more of that shade, the Fajitas, and pop it on the inner lid area, and that is just gonna give us a little bit more of that lavender hue and cover up the Sofrita shade that I don't like really. unless I use it damp. All right, let's go in with the darkest matte shade, which is Black Beans. This is like a deep mauvey brown. It has a little purple hue to it. And I'm gonna deepen up the outer V using the same BH Cosmetics blending brush. We're just gonna pop that on the outer V and blend it inwards. And now I'll grab the shade Brown Rice, which is just a satin shimmer, and I'll pop that on the inner tear duct. I love the shade. It's so smooth. That and White Rice, it's not like the Sofrita shade that's very loose. So that shade I absolutely love. I think we're good here. Let's pick up a little bit of White Rice and we're gonna pop that on the, ooh, hoo-hoo, that may be a little bit too loud. I'm gonna have to blend that out. Ooh, cause it's silvery. Ooh, that was too much. I'm gonna grab my favorite fixer shade from e.l.f. Cosmetics, which is Blur, and that is just going to cover that up. It's gonna act as our highlight and dull some of that shine, cause no ma'am, that is, it's cute, but not on me. Blend that. Yeah, that looks a lot better now. Right? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation, apply mascara and lashes, and I will be right back to finish up the rest of the eye. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. So I applied mascara and my lashes, and let's just finish up the lower lash line with something similar. I am really in love with this color on the eyes, guys. Oh my god, you should see the dual chrome lavender and gold. It's so damn pretty. Alright, let's go to the lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna go with the hot salsa and corn salsa. I'm gonna use these two shades. And I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm gonna dampen my brush just a little bit. So we have hot salsa, which is like a sparkly coppery orange shade on the outer. Yeah, ooh, that is so pretty. Just popping that on the outer lower lash line. It has silver glitter in it too, which is why I was nervous. I didn't want to get that in my eye at all. And then I'm not gonna re-dampen my brush. I'm just gonna use whatever is left and use the corn salsa one on the inner lower lash line and mix it together. This one also has silver glitter in it, like it's chunkier. So I would recommend using a glitter glue or using it with a damp brush, because otherwise it's just gonna go all over the place and we don't want that. Alright, I'm gonna do my lower lash mascara. And then on the lower waterline, let's go in with a purple. I kind of want to tie in with the lavender hue in the lid shade. So I'm using Grapevine from Marc Jacobs Beauty. This is one of their remarkable gel liners. So here you have it, guys. This is the final look, and I really love this. I love the fajita shade. It has that beautiful lavender undertone to it that's just stunning. The mattes applied beautifully. Everything else applied so well. I am so happy with this look, guys. And here you have it from a distance. We should do a fun lip. Hold up, I'll be right back. Ooh, what do you guys think? Is that too much? Is that too loud? I don't think so. Listen, it's springtime, it's warming up. I am here for the bright lip, okay? So here you have it, guys. Here is the final look. And like the first look, I absolutely love it. Like I said, it's just, these eyeshadows perform so well. I am so happy that I got this palette. And also, just in case a few of you guys were able to get your hands on this palette, I mean, it's sold out, so obviously people picked it up. Then I can give you two looks that I created using the palette to give you inspiration. But also, I'm giving you a little bit of inspiration to play with your own shadows in your collection. Maybe you can pull out shades that are similar to create similar looks. But I will say, I am so happy with this palette, and I am so impressed by the newer formulation from e.l.f. Cosmetics. When they started out, let's be honest, it was crap, okay? It was dollar store makeup and it was bad quality, but they have stepped up their game in the last few years, and I am so happy with this palette. The mattes are stunning. They blend it out so well, and I think they have great mattes in here. These three mattes really work well to complement the shimmer shades, and the shimmer shades are stunning. The two rice shades, so White Rice, Brown Rice, These are such beautiful satin shimmer shades. They're so stunning. They give you this beautiful glow without being too shimmery. And then the larger shimmer shades, I really love the shade Fajita, but Safrita's is a little bit more crumbly, a little bit more loose. So I would prefer to use this with a damp brush or over a very sticky base because this just flies everywhere. That is the only shade that I can truly say I didn't love, but I love the color of it. So I'll still use it, but I'll use it in a more specific way. You get what I'm saying? But the other shimmer shades like the guac shade, absolutely stunning. Green salsa is so beautiful. So green salsa and then fajita with that duochrome, they have such an interesting undertone to them. Absolutely fantastic. The hot salsa shade, which is more of a matte with a satin finish, also stunning. And then the corn salsa and mild salsa shades, those are also very beautiful, but you just have to be careful with them again. Maybe use them damp or with a sticky primer because they do have chunkier glitter particles in them, but they applied really well and they blend out really nice. So overall, absolutely loving this palette. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed the 2 looks that I was able to create. Again, absolutely love this palette. Let me know if you got your hands on it or if you want to like stalk e.l.f. and tell them, hey, launch this, because I think they did such a fantastic job and I'm hoping like their future palettes are just like this. So kudos to you, e.l.f. Good job here. So I will leave a full, what am I gonna leave? I'm gonna leave links to, I don't know what I'm gonna leave links to. There's nothing down there to leave links to. I will just go ahead and leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.